Good morning, welcome back to Kayak Fishing Cornwall. Today I'm launching from Long Rock, which is, I've fished this area on the channel, but I've not launched from this area on the channel, so I filmed the drag down from the car park. I've just paid like £6.50 for the whole day to park, which isn't bad. It's a lovely flat day. The tides are really small, so I don't know what the fishing's going to be like. I'm not expecting prolific, but if we can get a couple of bass to the kayak, I'll be happy with that. Because I'm not at work, it's a beautiful day and I'm fishing, so yeah, a couple of fish would do me today. I've just got the lure rods, so we'll do some trolling about and some casting and see if we can't find a couple of bass. Easy launch, Long Rock. Should be an easy launch and easy landing. Let's see if we can find some bass. There's the rugged waterman. Got the sun coming up behind him, just to the left of St Michael's Mount, which is enveloped in a sort of light sea mist. It's so beautiful here this morning. Okay, first drift, and I'm going to cast over this. There's a feature here in front of me, quite shallow. We'll do some casting over this. I'm using I think it's called a Renaissance eel by Lazy Lures for the first time. I think they look really good, but whether or not they catch me anything, who knows. I'll probably just end up reverting back to my normal trusty lure and figure out what way this is gonna push me, because hardly any wind, hardly any tide. It could be one of those occasions where the drift is a bit weird. I'll do a few drifts over this just to make sure I explore all of it, because the fish will be, you know, if there's fish here, they might just be in a specific spot, and it might take me a few drifts to sort of get all over it and work out where that spot is. This is where confidence in your lure comes in, isn't it? So having a new one on, or a new one to me, I'm not confident that as I would be if I had, you know, one of the usuals on. Okay, I've had half a dozen casts of that. Back to the usual here. Have a few flicks with this. If this doesn't do anything, me any interest, I'll try the white one. Some days, you know, I think you can put almost anything on there and catch fish. Other days, I think it does actually make a difference. So it's worth swapping them out if you're not getting any action, in my opinion. So I'm back on Old Faithful for a drift, I think, and a few casts. If I don't get anything on this, I'll troll this area. David's found some fish, but I don't know what he's got there. Might be squid on the sander. Sure he'll let me know. So I've got a peak in front of me. Just going to put a few casts over this end with this lure. Like I said, not expecting big things today, given the size of the tide and how flat it is. But that, that's not always the case. I've had my best, well, yeah, I think my best ever day was on a really small tide and a nice flat day. So you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? So sometimes you never know what's going to show up. Right, no takers there. I'm going to just troll up and down here for a little bit. It's something I wanted to try for a while, and I've never actually got round to it. So I'm going to have a bit of a troll. Get both rods out. Right. Yeah, I think I'll just go up and down here a couple of times. If there's no joy, I'll come up with a new plan. Okay, got a fish. First bite of the day. Coming straight at me. Nothing's very big. Go on, yeah. I've got my net today. Not going to use my net. There he is. Put a load of water in my hat. There's no monster, but it's a start. Get him out. Sort myself out. Yeah, it's just a schoolie really, that one. He's buggered off up to the end of the kayak. Come here, you. He's really done a good job of running off. Come here, bugger. Just a little schoolie. Right, he's going back. Nah, small. It's a small one. Oh, my other line's in the way. Just another schoolie. Pretty much a carbon copy of the first one, I think. Both on the white so far. Just a little schoolie. Better than nothing. Penzance is actually quite nice from this angle. It starts here, basically, That's, I think it's Chine Dower, and then all the way along there. I guess that's the school up there. I know you can see it from out here. All the way along there, harbour in front of us. There's the church. There's the bathing pool there on the end. And then over there's Newlyn. Just round that corner's Mousehole. Oh Christ, and again. David! Better! Yeah, better! I had these fish. I'm having a cast around here for a minute. Every fish to the white lure so far. Okay. Oh God, I know I haven't fought hard. It's not much of a... Well, it's better. It's a keeper. Yeah, it's not massive, but it's a keeper, I think. Well, let's have a look at him. I'll just make sure I've got the camera on. I can't really see with these glasses, that's the problem. They seem to completely obscure the... And you're facing the sun, I'll turn around. Okay, we are recording. Get my measure out for him. Yeah, every fish to the white lure. I'm trolling 2. So he's 48, that one, so he's going to be coming out. Actually folks, I'll just show you something I've done recently. It's suggested to me, not my idea, but I got one of those tough tubs and sliced the top off of it and folded it up and rammed it in here. So now I can chuck loads of stuff in there and it won't go off wandering about the inside of the hull, which was always a nuisance. I had like 4 or 5 little boxes in there and they would, yeah, I'd be fishing about in them, couldn't find them and lose stuff. So that'll keep them all within arm's reach. Okay, just had that slightly bigger fish, so I think I'd be foolish to not have a few casts around here. So I'll just give it a few minutes of casting. See if I can pick something else up. They're on the... There's 3 fish on the white lure when the brown lure is right next to it, so I'll have a few flicks with the white lure around here. See if we can pick something else up. If we can, I'll bang them out and carry on trolling. I'd much rather catch fish casting for them than I would trolling. But you've got to do what works, haven't you, I suppose. Right, I've had a few casts, didn't get anything, so we'll just carry on with what we were doing, which is we're going to head over towards Herrenhoofno direction and have a look over there. So I've chucked my rods up behind me again. I have switched over now. I've got 2 white lures on. I had a white and a brown on. Right, we're off. And we're off. Where's my glasses? Over there. Right. This is pretty much exactly where was I out that way a bit? Oh, I might have been out that way a bit. The water's really clear. They could see these lures from quite a distance off, I would imagine. Righto. Oh, fish. That's, yeah, it's not as big as that last one. Tiny. That's a tiny pollock. How did he manage that? Look at that. Tiny pollock. Right, let's just see if I got that. Is that going to lift off the bottom or am I snake? Come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Damn it. Fish on. Small fish again though. There's fish here though, just tiny fish. Oh, another little pollock. Need something 10 times, well, at least 10 times the size. Oh, don't go off up there. Come on. Right, tiny, lively, he's gone. That was a pollock, take my word for it. Forgot my cloth. Right, my hands on my bloody suit. Right, let's try that again then. Right folks, paddled over, I'm near the beautiful St. Michael's Mount. There's a bit of reef here I want to have a little look at, so I've just pedalled over it, or I'm going to pedal over it and see if there's any, you know, like obvious fishy action on there, but so far there isn't, but that doesn't mean there's nothing there worth catching, so I might just have a couple of casts and see if anything's about here whilst I'm here. Yeah, won't loiter very long unless I do get something, so just have a couple of chucks. Right, I've fished a couple of little spots on the way out to where I am, but I'm almost at Perenooth now. Perenooth is just over there, and not had anything, so yeah, very quiet and quite a pedal. But I'm going to troll around this little area here. I've fished it once or twice, but never at what I would consider to be, you know, best time of year for the bass. So I'll have a little look around here, see if I mark anything, see if I pick anything up trolling. If I do, I'll stop and cast. If I don't, there's a couple of places I'd like to stop and cast at anyway. So I think I'll probably spend an hour or so here. Right, I'm taking myself back. Got quite a pedal from here back to the car park. Not masses of fish. Well, one keeper and a few schoolies for me, and a couple of little pollock. David's done a bit better. I think he's had a few bass out there worth keeping now. Yeah, heading back. So that's a launch from Long Rock. There's easy launch, not too expensive. add a twang on that rod then. Not too expensive in the car park. There's a McDonald's nearby, which might be getting a visit off me in a minute because I'm fairly hungry. And there's also like supermarkets nearby if you need the toilet, or you know, want to buy some food or whatever. So it's all there really. Stunning scenery, and you don't have to go far to get fish. So it's a nice little launch really. And you've got options as well, so you can go left like we have today towards Marisine and Perranouthnoe, or right towards Penzance and Newlyn and Mousehole, or you know, bang straight out into the bay and see what you can find. Plenty of options. If you've made it this far through the video and you haven't subscribed, I'm guessing you know you found something in the video that was interesting or useful, so yeah, please consider subscribing. There'll be more to come, but it's October now, and well, I've got a few videos to edit. The weather will probably be keeping me off the water, as my only option is the weekends anyway. So it's all the planets have got to align for me to get out on the water, you know. And with winter coming, that'll be happening less, but I'll be doing it when I can. Rest assured. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.